On Saturday night, Manchester's AO Arena hosted a night that the fighting world had long been waiting for. At Misfits Boxing 22, the names stepping into the ring were not just former champions. They were also stars trying to redefine their careers. And the most striking moment of the night was Darren Till knocking former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold to the canvas with a devastating left punch in the third round. This was not just a knockout. It was a moment where careers were rewritten and power dynamics shifted. But what was behind this victory? How did Darren Till make such a powerful comeback after a difficult period in the UFC? And for Luke Rockhold, will this knockout mark the start of a new chapter in his career, or is it a sign of the end? You're in the right place to find these answers. In this video, we will not only cover this unforgettable knockout, but also the behind the scenes of Misfits Boxing 22, other notable results of the night, and key insights into the future of the fighting world. From Tony Ferguson's surprise victory to Dillon Danis' shocking 15-second finish, and even how the organization is trying to create a new fighting ecosystem by blending boxing and MMA. We will cover every detail. Before we begin, a small request. If you want to closely follow this new era in combat sports with us, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll not only learn the results of these fights, but also the strategies behind the scenes, backstage insights, and developments shaping the future first. Now, let's take a look at the story behind Darren Till's knockout victory. This was not just a win. It was a demonstration of a career that had seen many ups and downs starting to shine again in the right environment. Till had risen to the point of competing for a UFC title, but then went through a disappointing 1-5 streak. By the time he left the UFC in 2023, most people doubted he could still be a top-level fighter. However, the Misfits Boxing stage gave him a new opportunity. Last year, his decisive win against Darren Stewart and his knockout of Anthony Taylor signaled this comeback. But finishing a name like Luke Rockhold so decisively in the third round turned that comeback into a story. So what's behind the story? How did Till's aggressive style, strategic moves in the ring, and the freedom this organization gave him combined to create this result? We'll go into details soon. But first, consider this question. For Luke Rockhold, is this loss just a single night, or will it be a turning point that completely changes the next steps in his career? To answer this, we need to look closely at how both Till and Rockhold prepared for this fight. Darren Till's name was once synonymous with UFC title hope. In 2018, when he faced Tyron Woodley for the welterweight title at just 25 years old, everyone believed he could be the next superstar. However, that night marked the beginning of a decline that led him down a tough path. He lost the title fight, and in the following years, a series of consecutive losses resulted in a 1-5 record. Injuries, mental fatigue, and a career that could not recover made his future in the UFC uncertain. By 2023, Till decided to leave the UFC voluntarily. This decision was, in a way, a fresh start. This is where Misfits Boxing came into play. Misfits is an organization that combines traditional boxing with the influencer world while offering former fighters a chance to turn a new page. Till first appeared against Anthony Taylor and drew attention with a knockout win in January. In May, he then defeated another UFC veteran, Darren Stewart, by decision. These two victories restored his confidence, but the real turning point came at Misfits Boxing 22 in Manchester. Till's plan against Luke Rockhold was simple but effective. Maintain distance, increase pressure early, and keep his left hand ready as a constant threat. Rockhold appeared more active in the first round, but Till's timing changed everything. Two solid left punches at the end of the first round disrupted Rockhold's balance. In the second round, Till took the center of the ring with a more aggressive style, constantly testing his opponent's guard. And in the third round, he delivered the decisive blow, a perfectly timed left punch to Rockhold's jaw, sending him to the corner and securing the knockout victory. This win was more than just a fight. It was proof that Till had charted a new path for a career many had considered finished. He took a major step toward the Misfits middleweight title and even challenged Froch in the ring immediately afterward. This showed that he wasn't just a returning fighter, but a star eager to face big names on this stage. Now the question arises, will Till continue to surge and become one of the strongest names in Misfits, or is his victory just a temporary spark? We'll see in the coming months, but one thing is certain. Darren Till looks more technically confident and mentally free compared to the pressures of his UFC days. The summary of the night was clear. Darren Till defeated Luke Rockhold with a stunning third-round knockout, not only taking a huge step toward the Misfits middleweight title, but also opening a new chapter in his career. Tony Ferguson's unexpected victory, Dillon Danis' 15-second record-setting finish, and the organization's blend of boxing and MMA, all of these developments prove that Misfits Boxing is no longer just an influencer show, but a serious player in the professional fighting world. So what's next? Does Darren Till's challenge to Froch signal the next big fight? Will Luke Rockhold undergo another rebuilding process? Or will this knockout be his last major attempt? Can Tony Ferguson continue this momentum and open a new door in boxing? And are Dillon Danis targets really Eddie Hall, KSI, or Islam Makhachev? The answers to these questions will unfold in the coming months. But one fact remains. Misfits Boxing 22 was a turning point for both traditional fighters and new generation names. By blending the rules of traditional boxing with influencer power, this platform not only gives fighters a chance to revive their careers, but also offers viewers unpredictable and thrilling action every moment. Which moment from this night will you never forget? Darren Till's left punch, Tony Ferguson's defying time victory, or Dillon Danis' lightning-fast guillotine? Share your thought in the comments, because the discussion doesn't end in the ring. Organizations like this evolve with your opinions. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. That way, in our next analysis, we'll reveal more behind-the-scenes plans of Misfits and explore where combat sports are heading toward 2026. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll cover the most important current topics.